You know the Japanese word arigato?
It's perhaps the most well-known Japanese word to foreigners.
Okay, then, what word would you translate arigato into English as?
Thank you.
Yes, but there is a more accurate translation. And nowadays, few Japanese know what it really means. The translation of arigato is not gratitude to you. The real meaning of arigato can be seen in the kanji for arigato. When this kanji is broken down, it's divided into aru, have, and muzukashi, difficult. Ari means to be, to exist. The word gato means difficult. It's difficult to exist. In other words, the real meaning of arigato, it's something that rarely happens or can be considered impossible. Nowadays, we take our lives for granted. Most of us are unamused by the fact that we are alive, as if it's so common. However, if we look at the history and the reality of the world, we can see that this is not the case. For example, according to the 2023 World Health Statistics published by the World Health Organization, WHO, the country with the longest life expectancy, men and women, was Japan at 84.3 years. Switzerland and Japan ranked first for men and women, respectively, with 81.8 and 86.9 years. While life expectancy in many developed countries is above 80 years, the country with the lowest life expectancy among 194 WHO member countries and regions is the Kingdom of Lesotho in Africa, with a life expectancy of 55.65 years. Even with the development of medical care, there are still people who want to live but cannot, either because of illness, or because of accidental death, or because of disasters. I have conducted the funerals of more than 3,000 people as a monk, and people do not necessarily die in the order in which they grow old. I have witnessed the funeral of a 5-year-old kindergartner, a 17-year-old high school girl, and a 35-year-old businessman. A few years ago, a mother carrying a girl suffered from pregnancy toxemia, and neither mother nor child survived. Being alive is not an ordinary occurrence. There are 196 countries in the world, and a population of more than 8.04 billion people. I was born and raised in Japan. My grandfather was born into a poor family in Nagoya, Aichi Prefecture, and because of his parents couldn't support him, he was adopted by the temple and became a monk. Then, my father was born, and he went to university in Tokyo. There he met my mother, the daughter of a daily farmer in Kanagawa Prefecture, and I was born. My father taught at the university in Tokyo, but after the student movements of the 1960s, he returned to Aichi Prefecture and became the abbot of Fukugonji Temple, where I am now the abbot. Thus, I grew up in a temple, but as an adolescent, I rebelled against my strict father and rigid tradition and left the temple to start my own business. As the business expanded, I needed to train people. In a company, employees can be taught knowledge and skills, but it's difficult to teach humanity. What is important as a human being? I returned to the temple in search of this in Buddhism. After many twists and turns and a pivotal encounter with the mother and her 17-year-old daughter, I have started to present Buddhism and Japanese culture on YouTube. You watching this video now, I wonder which country you're from. How did your father and mother meet, and what kind of life have you been leading since you were born? And out of all the videos on YouTube, as countless as stars, you found my program by chance and set your heart on this video, and you're sitting here with me now. You and I are 1 in 8 billion, a chance encounter between 1 in 8 billion. In this nearly impossible encounter, which can be called a coincidence, there is a sense of joy, learning, healing, fulfillment, and gratitude. When we feel a sense of joy, learning, healing, fulfillment, gratitude, etc. from unlikely encounters, we Japanese say arigato. Therefore, arigato doesn't necessarily require a person to say it to. When we feel that something is hard to come by, we say it to ourselves. Now, to you watching my video, you are watching my YouTube program at this moment. Out of many YouTube programs that exist, an amount as countless as the stars. To this lucky coincidence, I would like to say arigato.